Hi, good morning, Mr. Menor. My name is Andrew Bickford, and I just want to thank you for coming in today and for your interest in our open position for district manager. You were selected for this interview based on your resume and your application for the position. The interview should be no more than like a half hour or so, and we'll be discussing real life situations that you have been in and how you have dealt with them in the past and in your career. Do you have any questions for me before we start?
No,
Okay, thank you. So, why do you think that this company is the right one for you?
because it has a solid foundation and always room for growth, and you have all the benefits of health insurance and stock and 401(k). So a lot of stuff to put your money aside and help you with your future.
Perfect. It all sounds good to me for sure. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Um, Still doing the family thing along with working at the same time so that we can all do our adventures and stuff outside of working.
Absolutely. It's definitely hard sometimes to balance family and work together, but we hope that we can kind of help you out with that as well. What are your favorite and least favorite parts about retail management in general?
Um, Favorite parts is the people that you work with because you grow relationships with them. Um, Being able to make a customer's day with by doing the smallest amount of thing, even though it seems really big for them. And I had to do three for both. Sorry,
Oh no,
or just a few. Okay,
yeah,
so
no,
then
just what you like about it, what you don't.
least favorite would probably be the roadblocks that are put into ways when you have to follow certain policies that aren't really adjustable, but we try to satisfy as much as possible. And I don't know, those unpleasable people that no matter what you do, they're always grumpy.
Absolutely. And you'd at a district manager level, you'd obviously definitely have a different interaction or maybe even a different customer base. I always like to think about our customers as our store managers and our management teams in general. So you definitely be able to kind of help them get through some of those roadblocks, which I feel like you'd enjoy. You could kind of turn that negative into a positive for sure. What are your biggest opportunities of being a good leader?
Um, Taking things personally. Like when they're very at you, it's not really that they're mad at you, it's mad at the situation sort of thing. I think that would be
Yeah,
the best answer I
absolutely.
got.
Definitely easy to take it personal. So I totally understand that one. Can you tell me about a time that you had to work on a team?
Every day. Um, well, we just did a digital label team, so we had to um put in like we took the paper labels off and put up digital labels with digital fast track and all that stuff.
Oh,
And it was very interesting. So we had to pretty much learn the process of it while doing it, but then it made it easy once we figured out the little tricks and stuff to do it to pass it on to the rest of the store so that each person was really good at one thing, so they did that the whole way through, and then the other people came behind and did the rest.
yeah.
So we
So
divvied
everyone
up
kind
the
of did their
job.
part. It worked out well. And who was leading that team?
Myself.
Was there anything you would do differently if you had to kind of approach this task from the beginning?
I don't know because we didn't have much notice about it, so it would have been nice to have had stuff ahead of time so we saw what it was instead of, hey, here's your boxes the day that you start this rollout. So I would have liked to have seen it before all of that happened.
Absolutely. Can you tell me about a time a customer came to you with a problem or a complaint?
Um, every day. So customer was complaining that we didn't have enough mark carts available for them. We had eight, so instead we talked to the customer and we are like, well, we're trying to get an influx of more so that there's more available. So we then, because of the customer complaining, we finally got approval to get six more mark carts. So then
Oh,
that
very cool.
customer is very nice now. He was pretty grouchy when I first saw him, but he's good now.
Let's see. Can you tell me about a time you had a new policy or initiative that your team had to start implementing?
Yes, self-checkout, 15 items or less. It was definitely the hardest transition that we've had to do so far because customers were used to just coming through self-checkout with their mountain full of carts. And so we had to tell them like it's only 15 items or less here. And it was quite challenging, especially with we have hurdles of most of our people don't understand English as well. So we have to explain to them in a way that they understand and so that they can portray it to the customer. We had to have like our team leads had to stand at self checkout a lot so that we could pull the customer from the self checkout and bring them to their own register rather than, hey, I waited in a line, go wait another line sort of thing. But
Nice.
now it's been a year, so
Oh,
still have,
wow. And it's going well so far?
well, we still
Better.
have, yeah,
Can you tell
better than
me?
it was.
Sorry, what was that?
I said better than it was.
Right. Sometimes that's all we can ask for, right? Can you tell me about a time that you had a member of your team that wasn't performing up to the necessary level?
Yeah, my most recent team lead was very underperforming, actually underperformed where they were. So then I decided that I would take them because I like to make them better than what people think they're capable of. So um, he struggled a lot. He was actually an API and
Oh,
he wasn't quick. Like, you know how you have to be able to hurry up and go watch somebody else or go do this, go do that. Multitasking, he wasn't
yep.
very good at that. But I did notice that he was good at like talking down situations. So customers were like angry and he was really good at diffusing that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take that as his like way in of things. So took him in. It took like about 6 months, but now he's just as good as everybody else. He's doing things above and beyond now. He learned it better because he wasn't just kind of thrown into the position, which he was thrown into the position in AP. He was thrown in the position of electronics and really didn't have that on training. And he's a hands-on worker. So
Okay.
I had to literally do everything with him a couple of times, but then now it's second nature for him.
Nice. So it's really kind of learning about how people are
How they
learning
learn. Mhm.
and seeing talent that may not be up to standard right now, but seeing how you can kind of get that to work with the company. So can you tell me about a time that you had to gather different reports or results and then present them to your superiors to explain the successes you've been having?
Uh, yes. So I had to make a PowerPoint actually 2 weeks ago of all the different front end reports. So between front end health, the Spark Shopper report, the age verification report, staffing reports, and I had to lay them out to see when I started at that store, the percentage and the increase that we had since I've been there. And I had to present it to the whole regional team to be like, hey, this is why we are doing better because all these things are put into place. And then I had to put how I would read the report versus anybody else that was just looking at it because they don't really understand the report.
Yeah,
So I
absolutely.
talked about how I send it out to my team leads every day, every Monday, so that they see the report so they can understand the report. And I send it to the other store. I also covered Glenmont sometimes. So I
Okay.
send them their reports on Mondays so that they can see their stuff. And I have to go help them sometimes because their coach is mostly absent and he takes a lot of leaves. So I'll go
Hmm.
there and train their people on how to analyze the report so that they can make it better. So they didn't know how the percentage was affecting them until I went and showed them, pulled up the thing that divides it out to say, this is the times that you're bad, this is the times that you need to improve. Yeah.
Nice. Perfect. And that kind of walks me to my final question for you, which is how do you approach and organize your week? Say you had, obviously, you have many more than this, but if you had five tasks of differing importance and different time requirements to ensure that all your tasks got done by their due date with a high level of quality.
So how, what order would I do them? Is that what you
But
said?
just like kind of how would you approach them, knowing that you have some things that are super important, some things that are going to take more time, and kind of have like differing due dates. Like, how do you kind of organize that from the beginning of the week? It sounds like you already have some of it in there with how you do your reports on Mondays and stuff like that. So, how would you do that to make sure that you get everything done with a good quality as well?
So the ones that are gonna take the least amount of time, I usually do them first so that I can invest more time later, which I don't know if most people do it the other way, but I like to just close off tasks and then it seems less overwhelming to have more later. So it's just doing the easy stuff first thing in the morning and then throughout the day. And then depends on if I get people to work with, because if I do, then I divvy it out to who would be good at what thing. So it all gets done at the same time.
Perfect. Well, thank you. I want to thank you for your time today, Ms. Theminor. It was a great opportunity to get to learn about your background experience from you. It's more than just a sheet of paper and how you approach a lot of different scenarios. It seems like you're a very well-seasoned manager. You seem to really care about your people and your company as well, which is it's very nice to see. From this point, we're going to be finishing up interviews with other candidates over the rest of this week, and we should be back in contact with you early next week as far as we go from there. Do you have any questions for me at this point?
No,
Okay. Well, again, thank you so much for spending time here with us today, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. You have a great day.
you too.